my friend, Brian Friedman. You know his amazing career because you've seen him on the big screen. You've seen him tour the world with the hottest artists out there. His iconic moves are still done by everybody today. And you've most certainly been in his class. Brian has been teaching for 3 decades. He started his dance studio with his mom at the age of 16. He's been teaching on convention for 25 years. I know, it's awesome. He is a global master educator who teaches internationally that makes it look like a vacation. And during the pandemic, he was in millions of homes when we needed him the most. Trying to describe Brian's style is maybe one of the hardest things, so let's try. He is a true, old-school, multi-genre educator who keeps traditional jazz alive while infusing it with an electric blend of his favorite styles, including hip-hop, contemporary, lyrical, African, salsa, voguing, whatever, you can name them all. Brian is original. He is ever-changing. He is at the front of creating trends, pushing boundaries of dance, and his photographic memory reminds every person and what they are wearing and what detail they did wrong in that classroom. And the best part is he's still kicking some ass doing it because he gets down on the dance floor and actually still shows the kids how to do it, and maybe even a little bit better. Passionately, he only wants to share his knowledge. He doesn't keep the secrets of dance. He wants to create legends for years to come, make stars, and give every dancer a career that he loves. And he has 2000s, just like me. And I should know because I was his first assistant and I've been dancing with Brian since I was 12 years old. He showed me the world of dance that I wanted to be in. He gave me my first life-changing job with Britney Spears, and he is my dearest friend.
All right, where to start with Mr. Brian Friedman? I remember the day that I watched him dance for the first time. I was a 15-year-old kid in Toronto, Canada, and I watched that VMA performance, and the second I saw him on that screen, I knew exactly what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. So I followed that path and that intuitive voice to go to LA and train, and I started taking his class all the time. About 5 years and many boom to boom to boom cats later, I became one of his LA assistants. Under the guidance and mentorship of Brian, my dreams have literally become a reality. I owe so much of my success to him, and I am truly, truly forever grateful. He is my brother, he is my family, and I love you more than you know, so thank you, Brian.
Let's do this. So, 10 years as an assistant. I'm Taja Riley, by the way. And had to be said. And 18 years of working kinship. So, wow. Truthfully, I was a hot mess when I met Brian. On a hiatus from dance, I remember coming to the Be Free Intensive, visiting Kayla Radomski, another assistant that couldn't be here today. He pulled me on stage, I think, to boost my confidence. And y'all, she wasn't ready. But it truly lit a fire within me. And I promised myself that the next time I had the opportunity to see him, I would do more than just impress him. I would impress myself. Months later, he taught at my studio's intensive, which shout out to Denise Wall, my dance teacher who's currently winning her battle with cancer. Blown away by my growth in such a short time, he hired me as an assistant. 1 year turned into 10, 10 turned into 18, and you know what? She still isn't ready. And I know I'm not alone in this testimony I have up here. But to witness the generations of us on stage, it's safe to say that greatness is what Brian does. He creates and recreates a standard of excellence for our industry through his tutelage. He challenges us to always strive not to impress him or others, but to shock ourselves. Brian, you are the definition of a master teacher because you don't just prepare us for a dance on stage, but the dance of life. Thank you for believing in us all and seeing something that we didn't know we had in us. I love you, Faja.
Hello, everybody. My name is Robert Green, and I actually have a question. A show of hands. How many of you have seen the movie The Devil Wears Prada? Right. So when I say Brian Friedman is the Miranda Priestley of dance, I think you know what I'm talking about. This man has a mood board for rehearsals. A compliment from this man is life-changing. And you know, for so long, similar to what Taja was saying, to make this man proud was such a goal of all of ours. I remember rehearsing as like an elite protege at the Pulso Tour, doing the fashion show, which is one of the most stressful things you could ever do in life. And you know, at this time in my life, I would miss my cues, miss my details, miss my counts, forget the choreography. But there was this one time, y'all, this one time, I ate it. Like, I literally, like, no, I killed it. Like, no one can tell me anything. I looked over to see the reaction from Brian, because I'm like, oh yeah, he gonna like, you know, he's gonna beat me up this time. He goes, the slightest head tilt with a squinted eye, and I believe to be a crack of a smile, and then he goes, moving on. I was like, wait, no, you gotta give me more than that. Like, I just ate that, give me more than that. But it was, you know, in retrospect, I'm so glad he didn't give me more than that. In that moment, I learned that my greatness shouldn't just show up once. In that moment, I understood that my excellence should not be an anomaly. It should, like, to be phenomenal should be a constant and consistent thing. And so because he didn't reward my one great moment, I had a new blueprint for how to train and move through this life as an artist and as a dancer. And so that became the blueprint of my greatness. So Brian, I'm very grateful for that. I owe that to you. And just lastly, he is such a master educator because he does not reward mediocrity, he pushes your potential. He does not meet you where you are, but instead shows you where you can go. And I'm so proud of where I've gone because of you. Hey. So, thank you, Brian. I love you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Zachary Venegas. 15 years ago, I was able to meet and then assist Brian on stage at the Pulse Dance Convention. I had just started training in dance seriously, and my world was going to change forever. Shortly after assisting him through the season, Brian planted the idea of moving to Los Angeles to pursue my professional career. But with his immense generosity, he offered me his home. He opened up his doors to me, he took me under his wing, and he became the most important aspect of my professional dance life and personal life expanding. This is the very example that makes him not only an extraordinary mentor and teacher, but most importantly, a very giving human. It's written in Brian's purpose to give every ounce of himself and his brilliance into others and his craft. He embodies the work ethic it takes to be a master, and he consistently puts into practice what it means to be a true educator. As my God-given father figure, thank you is too small. My world opened up because of you, and together we continue to travel the world. I will cherish every lesson and piece of wisdom you continuously share, as I know it will help lead me and all of us to our best lives. Brian, we love you, we need you, and we congratulate you.
My most favorite numbers that I've ever done have been with Brian. Brian's the one that's, you know, really behind the whole genius thing going on. You can
get out of your head and start being the artist and not the dancer.
You're giving me life. Pretty wow, you're giving me life.
I do not care if you mess up the steps. I care if you don't try.
You're giving me life. Doing that finish, hit it, flip back, giving me life. Get it, make 'em gag. You're giving me life, life, life. You're giving me life.
For me, I know I'm really tough. I'm a strict teacher. That's because that's the training I had when I was younger. My teachers were so scary, but that's what pushed me to be better and to be my best. So I'm instilling those same values that I learned as a kid in everyone today.
You're giving me life. Pretty wild, you're giving me life. Doing that finish, hit it, flip back, giving me life. Get it, make 'em gag, you're giving me life, life, life.
Welcome your 2024 Educator of the Year, Brian Friedman.
Thank you. My friend Bonnie said she has something that she wants to say, so.
Sorry, I couldn't watch all of this and not just share really quickly. I wasn't one of Brian's assistants. But when I was 19 years old, I had just started dancing at 17, I went to co-dance. And Brian pulled me aside during lunch, and he asked me who I was. He asked me about myself. And he and Joe Tremaine were the first two people that told me that I could be a professional dancer. So he planted the seeds of a 27-year career.
Thanks for the music. That wasn't supposed to happen. Okay, so here's the thing. This is for a short person. I'm a Gemini. Geminis don't have feelings. That's why I'm Miranda. But we really do. So, thank you. Okay, to my non-speech, I didn't put anything up there because I didn't want to be stressed out thinking about things. I agree with Autumn. It's so easy to dance. It is so easy to do everything except for speak. We speak with our bodies. I can get on stage and teach thousands, but put a good suit on and all of a sudden words don't work. So that's where we're at tonight. I think, thanks. First and foremost, I want to stand up straight because the suit looks better. First and foremost, I want to thank my mom. If you've known me for a long time, that's my first dance teacher. She taught me dance in the kitchen. It's where I learned time steps and chaînés and piqués and jetés down the hallway, and then I practiced them at the grocery store like Blake does on every social media platform. And then at the mall if I needed more room. And then she took me to my first convention, which was Tremaine. And I was 10 years old and I hadn't even started dance yet. She was there taking for herself and she threw me into, I don't even know if it was called the junior ballroom then because it was in prehistoric times. But she threw me into that room and Terry Lindholm taught me ballet. Who's here tonight, thank you Terry. And a teacher by the name of Doug Caldwell. Pulled me up on stage at 10 with his assistants, and it was to I Feel the Earth Move. And I just remember being in awe of the whole experience, and I wanted to dance so badly, and my mom ended up taking me to a studio, but it was that moment with Doug. I was a disaster. I was a terrible dancer. I mean, I had a lot of ambition and spunk, but I did not have the technique to back it up, but I had that raw something. And I think that is why I can see that in dancers, is because it's what I was myself. And I wasn't the flexible one, I didn't have the good feet, I didn't have the back, I didn't have the anything. I just had a lot of ambition and full out drive. So I have made it my mission to find the oddballs, the ones who don't fit in, who need that champion. So I think that really sums up this stage, except for Blake and Noelle. They're really great. And that stuff that I said I didn't have. But it's been my mission to make sure that those kids that don't feel like they fit in somewhere know that they do fit in and that they can have a career, because I had a career. And I have to thank all of my teachers, my educators, my mentors, the people who I assisted. Rhonda Miller's in the room tonight. There's so many names that I can't mention them all. Marguerite Derricks was a huge inspiration for me. Jamie King, Alex Magno, a lot of people, Michael Rooney, that were Jackie Slight, that were scary. And that's why I'm scary, because that healthy fear made me want to do better. It made me not want to ever be corrected. It made me want to perform for myself so that I could be the best version of myself. So thank you to all of them. Thank you to all of my assistants. I mean, this is Judson, Noelle, Amari, Jake, who you didn't meet, and I'm talking 100 others. Probably. There have been so many over the 3 decades of teaching who have assisted me, my mentees, the people who I have brought up, all the people who come to my classes, the students, even the ones who don't want to pursue a professional career in dance, all of the dancers, thank you for coming, for sweating, for believing in me. Whew. Whew. I'll finish off. Thank you to my husband for listening to the same song on repeat as I'm choreographing it or editing the song so it has clean words for your kids, because appropriateness is important. And editing those stupid videos that go on social media and YouTube. I love you. Thank you.